This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. Central Texas Life with Ann Harder presents Central Texas Events.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Central Texas Events. And we have a 5th annual event to tell you about. And the beautiful Dr. Tyrha Lindsey Warren is with me. And Tyrha, this is just a labor of love for you, I know. Mm-hmm. But here we are at the 5th year for the Waco Faith and Family Film Festival.
Can you believe it?
I can. It's just like that, how time goes.
Yes.
But it's just gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. Mm-hmm. And the events you have around it are always so much fun. And so I want to start off and first of all, tell them when this is happening.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you, Ann, for having me on your show. It's always a pleasure, and I will never miss it. As long as you continue to have me, I'll never miss this. But the dates are President's Weekend. We moved it because I got tired of getting slammed by snow and ice.
Yeah, the weather has been an issue in February sometimes.
It's crazy. So now it's President's Day weekend. So the dates are February 15th through the 18th. Super excited.
Yeah.
So come on out. You get Monday off from work. So come on out.
That's true. You've got a built-in holiday. And you have a wonderful gala event. I want to start about, it's kind of the kickoff for everything. It is the Champions Award Gala. Mm-hmm. And you've called it's Waco's version of the Golden Globe.
Yes.
Because the people that you have honored have just been, have been important to the Waco life.
Yes.
But also to, broadcasting, to film, to, all these different creative endeavors.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're one of our honorary co-chairs.
I am so honored to be
for our first annual.
This.
Thank you for our first annual Champions Award Gala, Black Tie Affair. I just wanted to do something different for the 5th anniversary. It has, as you said, been a labor of love since 2019 when I started on this path, and during pandemics and snowstorms and all kinds of things.
You've dealt with all of it.
By the grace of God, I've been able to keep pushing it along. I keep saying we're the little engine that could, and someone said, you're the little engine that can. So we're the little engine that's getting it done. I just wanted to celebrate in the 5th anniversary. And so you don't get many opportunities to really dress up, to the nines.
Black tie is dressing up.
Yes. And so that's what we're doing. Yeah. If no one comes, and I said it's just going to be myself, my husband, and my daughter celebrating because I want to celebrate this achievement. Yeah. We're bringing back 5 years worth of your colleagues, Champions Awards recipients. Kevin Sorbo will be there.
That's awesome.
Vivian and Ray Chu. Ray Chu's the current musical director with Dancing with the Stars. He will be there. I got really excited a month ago when his assistant called and was like, Ray is coming. I'm like, huh?
That is awesome.
Usually Vivian comes, but Ray doesn't come. So this must be a thing. If Ray can, find it. He's very busy, so if he can find a way to get here, I'm just so grateful. And then all of the folks for 2023 will be coming back. Ozzo Motley is doing a 5th anniversary concert. The creators of the Proud Family, Bruce Smith and Ralph Farquhar, all of 2023 folks and all the 2024 folks are in the house. Broadway star Alton Fitzgerald, who's known as playing the role of Mufasa, the father, the longest in the history of the show, will be here. New York Times bestselling authors Virginia DeBerry and Donna Grant will be here. Locally, Reverend Carl Stimson, as well as Jason Lavender and Gina Davis and her executive director, Madeline DeNono. They are coming. They're collaborators of mine in my consultancy. We've done some really great work together over the past 5 years, just promoting positivity and just shining a light on the importance of women and girls of color in media. I've seen a
documentary about that.
That's
women
when we started working together.
Is it really? Because that was an amazing documentary, and did not realize how important Gina Davis was.
Yep.
And that, of course, everybody knows, knows
Right.
her, and that is.
But
well,
her institute has been doing a great
Yeah.
job, and I have a whole research stream as a consumer behavior scholar in terms of shining a light from a research perspective about women and the importance of women playing leading roles,
Right.
and actors of color in films and television. So we all kind of started working together in 2018 to do events in LA and New York about that. So they were supposed to come in 2021.
I thought so.
And then there was this thing called a pandemic
Yeah.
that just canceled it all out.
Yeah.
And so super excited that they're coming. But then we have surprise guest artists. I don't know if you remember the first year we had this fantastic violinist, electric violinist, who opened our inaugural Champions Award reception, Marion DeBose. He is a Baylor Business School graduate. He's a finance graduate, but an exquisite violinist,
Yeah.
right? So he has now pushed finance aside, and he's in Houston
He's
playing his
performing.
butt off. Yeah, and recording.
Well, good.
So he's coming in. Carter Pyatt, who's also another Broadway star. Gosh, I could name all the shows, but I can't. She went to the performing arts school that I went to, and so did Alton White in Cincinnati. So she's coming in to perform. We just have a lot of surprises. And then new this year, because we want to give back to the community, it's a part of our mission, and serve this community with heart, we are starting an inaugural Community Champions Award. So we have 5 local nonprofit organizations that we will be honoring. So the Family and Faith Worship Center, led by Pastor Ruben Andrade. The Shack, that's led by Dr. Donna Nickerson, that deals a lot with sustainability and gardening and things of that nature. The Grassroots organization,
Yes, right.
that does such great work, and Project Life Force, that does a lot with young people and building them up and creating leaders tomorrow. So we're honoring those 4 organizations too.
That's
and if we
awesome.
make some money, because it is a fundraiser,
Yeah.
we're doing a silent auction and a live auction. Ted Nugent just gave us one of his guitars
did he? Good.
to auction off.
Good.
We will hopefully be able to give these organizations a small grant of
Wonderful.
something.
Yeah. Well,
I
anything, anything will help. Well, you've got, amazing events, but let's talk a little bit about the films. It is a film festival.
It is, but hold on, and the fashion show is coming back.
Well,
so
and I
that's
have
the
pictures.
pinnacle.
I mean, they're dropping
Yeah.
in some pictures from
They are?
last year. I
Okay,
had some
okay.
pictures from the fashion show, and I just love that. That is so much fun.
Yep.
Everything you do is just loads of
Thank
loads
you.
of fun.
Good. I'm glad you have a good time. But
Yeah.
yeah, the fashion show will be the pinnacle of the gala.
Right,
With
right.
the students from Waco ISD. We start rehearsing today,
Oh, good,
actually.
good.
So super excited about that. But yes, the films.
Mm-hmm.
Our opening night film is a Hollywood film, Focus Features. Film starring Woody Harrelson and Ernie Hudson. And last year I said on KWTX, I'm working really hard to get both of them here, and they're all traveling.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
can't make it. I
Too
just
bad.
heard back from Ernie Hudson's publicist a couple days ago. But it's called Champions, and it's about a Special Olympics basketball team that goes to the state finals or something like that. So even though we don't have Woody Harrelson or Ernie Hudson, we do have the actors on the basketball team that are
good.
all flying
Really?
in. 5 of them. Yes. I'm flying in them
that is
and their
cool.
guardians.
Yeah.
And so they will be doing the talk back after the movie.
That is neat.
And I worked with the Special Olympics office out of Washington, D.C. to get in touch with that whole basketball team. And so I'm over the moon that all of them are coming.
That is going to be worth the price. of
Yes,
admission.
I think
As
so
they say.
too. I
For
think
sure.
so too. And then
Yeah.
on Saturday is our annual Family Day at the Hippodrome, but we're also adding additional venues. Art Center Waco will be a part of this, as well as the Lee Lockwood Museum,
Good.
Library and Museum. So all 3 will be showing movies on Saturday. But at the
Good, yeah.
Hippodrome, we're showing our 2020 grand prize feature film winner, Be the Light, because they are the ones that have those filmmakers, Victor Hawks and Malcolm Goodwin, have supported this festival since they have been in it since 2020. They have moved all of their productions from LA to Waco. They have shot currently 3 Waco-based movies. They're about to start shooting their 4th Waco-based movie next month. And they are helping me prove to Waco and beyond the significance of a film festival and building up the economic development for the city that we serve. So super excited. So they have a wonderful musical film called Be the Light. And that's also going to be a part of our Black History Month celebration, with all kinds of wonderful films by African-American filmmakers that are just fantastic. We have a HBCU superheroes animation film that's great, Afro-Cuban animation film. So I'm super excited about that film block. And then Kimberly, I can't think of Kimberly and her husband's last name, but they own Fable, the bookstore Fable.
Right.
She recommended this fantastic film to me, and that's going to follow Be the Light, called State of the Unity. And it's about a musical group, the Bergonauts, I hope I'm saying that right, that traveled the country having people sign their car about what unity means to them.
Interesting.
Fantastic movie. And there's surprises coming in with that. They may perform. All kinds of things may happen during that film block, so you don't want to miss it. And then throughout the other venues are some other wonderful films. There's a film block at the Lee Lockwood Library just called The Brilliance of Female Filmmakers. And so that's highlighting all kinds of wonderful films by female filmmakers, period pieces and things of that nature. We have our youngest filmmaker, Bryn Wright, who's from Carlsbad, California, and she is 12 years old.
Oh my goodness.
We're showing her film Mosquito Fish at the Hippodrome on Saturday. Just a very cute and clever. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to have to check in. But we're showing that film. Just really cute, clever animation film that she created. Loved it. What else? There is a genealogy film by the name of Florida? Rita? Oh, I'm not saying it right. But that's going to be at the Lee Lockwood Theater, and that's been making the rounds at a lot of the major film festivals around the world.
And the important thing is that these films are uplifting. They're clean.
Yes.
Yay.
And, can be enjoyed by everybody. Generation in the family. Yeah.
Well, and, we've talked before about the significance of storytelling and how important that is for a way of sharing the faith, too.
I just call it family friendly because this has nothing to do with religion, right? Just everything to do with spirituality and as you said, values, right? And we have all genres. We have comedy, sci-fi, historic, animation, musical, because that's my love, musical.
Oh, yeah.
So there's something for everybody, you know. And then I'm really excited that Alzo Motley's coming back, second year in a row for our 5th anniversary concert on Saturday night. And then I'm bringing back the Waco Family and Faith Theater Festival with the tribute to the Off-Broadway show that I produce, An Adam Experiment, on the life of Adam Clayton Powell Jr., which is so fantastic because now he's even coming to more prominence with the Rustin movie and all the work that he did to support the March on Washington in his own quirky little way. But super excited that Michael Chenevert will be back, who stars in that play, and just really hope people will come see that play because you'll learn so much from it.
Such a rich opportunity for folks to to experience the Waco Faith and Family Film Festival. And your website is awesome.
Thank
your
you.
page is great. I mean, all the
Thank
information, beautiful pictures of all
Thank
these
you.
people you've been talking about.
Thank you.
And ways to get tickets. And it's pretty simple, right? Your website,
WacoFilmFest.org.
WacoFilmFest.org, and it takes you to all that, and you can pick and choose.
Yep.
You know what tickets are. You can buy a ticket for everything.
Yep, and tickets to the movies are just $5. I can't.
Oh yeah.
I can't go any lower, right?
No, but yeah, but these are such great. When would you have the chance to see some of these films? I mean, that's the uniqueness of the opportunity. But I do want to talk about that. Your whole organization honors your mom's memory.
Yes, and that's what's making this year so fantastic, because Alton Fitzgerald White, the Lion King star, was a student of my mother's when he was in the 4th grade. And he credits my mom, because he says that he was a shy kid. I can't believe that. But he credits my mom to just always allowing him to use his voice. And encouraging him to speak up, because I remember my mom said he was brilliant, right? But he needed to be encouraged to shine his light, so to speak. And what makes this also so lovely, my mother passed away 6 years ago from multiple myeloma, and her last year she was living with me in New York because she was getting her cancer treatments from New York Presbyterian. And Alton's last performances, I guess, were in 2015, something like that, 2015, because she passed away in 2016. And we were able, my mom, my brother, and I were able to go see one of his last performances as Mufasa on Broadway. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
And after the show, he gave my mom a tour of the backstage. We had lunch. I mean, it was so fantastic. It was so fantastic.
Treasured memory.
Yes. And so I am just over the moon that he accepted the invitation, because it's not easy to get people to Waco.
Well,
New Yorkers, things of that nature.
But Waco has its own draw.
It does.
People have heard of Waco.
So excited that Alton said
this is
yes.
great.
And now people will kind of get to see the fruits of my mother's labor beyond me
Right.
through Alton.
Which is awesome.
Thank you. But also to support my mom and her memory and her legacy. I'm also hosting, our family funds is also hosting our first, what I'm calling a college tour. So my mother taught in the Cincinnati public school system. And when I was home last year, I happened to meet some students by way of a teacher whose son went to Baylor, right?
Yeah. Small world.
And so she was talking to me about these 2 students who she has introduced Baylor to them, I guess, since they were freshmen in high school. And they both want to come to Baylor.
Good.
But they've never been out of Cincinnati, just nothing. So we're hosting a college tour for them, flying them, the 2 students and the teacher, in from Cincinnati, going to give them a tour of Baylor. And, I think they've applied. So that's our college tour that we're also starting this year. I just feel like sometimes a lot of students, especially students of color, don't get to see professionals of color support them. A lot of times, really big organizations, are giving scholarships and doing things for folks. But I wanted them to see that someone who looks like them cares about them and will pay for them and invest in them so they can dream big.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we did a Zoom call last week where I met the students for the first time. I've read their college essays and things of that nature, but I finally met them. And they were surprised to see that I was a woman of color.
Oh, they had never dreamed that.
Because their teacher is Caucasian, so they're thinking, so they got really excited to see me. And we just started talking about their interests, what they want to study. Marquez wants to be a nurse. Marquita plays basketball. Yeah. And I said, well, hopefully I can introduce you to Coach Sophia Young. She's a friend. So I'm excited
It's
to be
gonna
able
be a
to
great
fund that.
experience
Yeah,
for
they've never
them.
left Cincinnati.
Yeah. Well, you are making such an impact on Central Texas and on
Thank you.
Waco with now the 5th anniversary
Yeah.
of your film festival, and again, it's wacofilmfest.org,
Yes.
and that's where you get your tickets. Tyra, thank you so much.
Oh,
I
thank
love
you
you.
for
I
having
love
me.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Love
yeah,
you
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Love you
And
too.
it's gonna be awesome. Thank
Thank you.
All right, and thank you for being with us for Central Texas Events. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.